Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grow their wealth effortlessly while others struggle, no matter how hard they work? What if I told you that just by eliminating 5 specific habits, you could unlock the potential to multiply your money faster than you ever imagined? Today, I'm here to reveal the 5 critical mistakes you need to stop making right now if you want to see your financial situation transform. These aren't just random tips, they're proven strategies used by financially successful people to grow and protect their wealth. My name is Mark, and over the years, I've helped thousands of people take control of their finances and achieve financial freedom. Whether you're just starting out or trying to break through to the next level, this video is designed to give you actionable advice that works. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and knowledge to stop sabotaging your financial growth and start taking the steps that truly matter. So, if you're ready to take control of your money and your future, let's dive into it. Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're working harder than ever, but your bank account doesn't reflect your efforts? It's a frustrating cycle. You get paid, the money disappears, and by the end of the month, you're left wondering where it all went. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. The truth is, most people struggle financially not because they don't earn enough, but because they're unknowingly making decisions that sabotage their financial growth. Maybe it's overspending on things you don't need, ignoring small daily expenses, or putting off investing because it seems too complicated. These habits might seem harmless at first, but over time, they quietly drain your potential to build real wealth. I've seen this play out time and time again. People with great potential stuck in a financial rut because they weren't aware of how their habits were holding them back. But here's the good news. Recognizing these mistakes is the first step toward fixing them. And in this video, I'm going to help you do exactly that. We'll break down 5 of the most common financial habits that are keeping you stuck and show you how to replace them with smarter, wealth-building strategies. Ready to identify what's holding you back? Let's get started. Now that we've identified the problem, let's focus on the solution. There are 5 key behaviors that you need to stop today if you want to see real growth in your finances. These habits are common, but they're silently holding you back from achieving the wealth you deserve. Here's what we'll cover. First, we'll talk about how cutting unnecessary purchases can free up money for investments. Next, we'll discuss why delaying your investments is costing you more than you think. We'll then address the danger of relying solely on your paycheck and the importance of creating multiple income streams. After that, we'll look at the small, everyday expenses that are quietly draining your money. And finally, we'll uncover why credit, when misused, can be one of the biggest obstacles to building wealth. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable steps to turn your financial habits around. Let's jump into the first point. Strategy 1. Stop buying. Let's start with one of the most common financial mistakes: buying things you don't need. We've all been there, tempted by the latest gadget, a sale that seems too good to pass up, or an impulsive online purchase. But here's the truth. Every dollar you spend on something unnecessary is a dollar that could have been invested to grow your wealth. Imagine this. You spend $50 a month on random items or subscriptions you barely use. Over a year, that's $600. Now, if you invested that same $600 in a fund earning an average of 10% annually, in 10 years, you'd have nearly $1,600. Multiply that over a lifetime, and the difference becomes staggering. The key is to ask yourself one simple question before making any purchase. Do I really need this, or is this just a want? Take a moment to reflect on your priorities and consider the long-term impact of your spending habits. By cutting back on unnecessary purchases, you're not just saving money, you're creating opportunities to invest in your future. And that's a habit that will pay off for the rest of your life. Now, let's move to the second strategy. Stop delaying your investments. Strategy 2. Stop delaying your investments. Now let's talk about one of the biggest financial mistakes people make: delaying their investments. It's easy to think, I'll start investing when I have more money, but the truth is, waiting costs you far more than you realize. Here's why. Time is the most powerful factor in building wealth, thanks to compound interest. For example, if you invest just $100 a month starting at age 25, earning an average return of 10% annually, you could have over $760,000 by the time you're 65. But if you wait until age 35 to start, that number drops to less than $280,000. Nearly half, just because you waited 10 years. The key takeaway: it's not about how much you start with, it's about starting early. Even if you can only invest a small amount right now, The important thing is to get into the habit. Automate your investments so a portion of your income goes directly into a fund or portfolio before you even see it. By starting today, you give your money the time it needs to grow and work for you. Don't let procrastination rob you of financial freedom. Next, let's explore why relying solely on your paycheck is a risk you can't afford to take. Strategy 3. Stop relying solely on your paycheck. Relying solely on your paycheck is one of the riskiest financial habits you can have. Think about it. What happens if you lose your job or face an unexpected expense? With only one source of income, you're left vulnerable and without a safety net. The reality is, wealthy people don't depend on a single paycheck, they create multiple streams of income. This could mean starting a side hustle, investing in dividend-paying stocks, or building a rental property portfolio. Even small passive income sources, like earning interest from a savings account or royalties from a digital product, can add up over time. Imagine this. If your main salary covers your expenses and your side income is invested, you're creating a system where your money works for you, rather than the other way around. It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but taking small, intentional steps to diversify your income streams. By doing this, you not only protect yourself from financial uncertainty, but also create opportunities to grow your wealth faster. Remember, financial freedom isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Speaking of working smarter, let's move on to the next strategy. Identifying and controlling the small expenses that quietly drain your finances. Strategy 4. Stop ignoring your daily expenses. Now let's talk about a silent killer of wealth, your daily expenses. These are the small, seemingly insignificant purchases that, over time, add up to a huge drain on your finances. Think about the $5 coffee you buy every morning, the streaming subscriptions you forgot to cancel, or the snacks you grab on impulse. Individually, they don't seem like much, but collectively, they're eating away at money that could be working for you. Here's an example. Spending $10 a day on little things adds up to $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. If you invested that money instead, over 10 years with an average return of 10%, you'd have over $57,000. These small decisions compound into massive results over time. To get control of this, start tracking every penny you spend for 1 month. Use a budgeting app or even a simple notebook. Once you see where your money is going, you can start cutting back on unnecessary expenses and redirecting that money into investments or savings. By eliminating these daily leaks, you'll create more room in your budget for the things that truly matter. Next, let's address one of the biggest traps: relying too heavily on credit. Strategy 5. Stop relying too heavily on credit. Let's dive into the final and one of the most dangerous financial habits: relying too heavily on credit. Credit cards can feel like a safety net, but in reality, they often trap people in a cycle of debt that's incredibly hard to escape. Here's the problem. When you use credit without a solid plan, you're not just spending money you don't have, you're spending money you don't have plus interest. For example, if you rack up $5,000 on a credit card with a 20% annual interest rate and only pay the minimum each month, it could take you over 20 years to pay off, with thousands of dollars going straight to interest. The solution: use credit wisely. First, avoid carrying a balance whenever possible. Pay off your full statement balance each month. Second, prioritize building an emergency fund so you don't have to rely on credit for unexpected expenses. And finally, only use credit for purchases you can already afford. By managing credit responsibly, you'll keep more money in your pocket and avoid the stress of high-interest debt. With these 5 strategies in place, you're already on the path to multiplying your money. But before we wrap up, let's tie everything together and motivate you to take action today. Now that we've covered these 5 critical strategies, let's take a moment to reflect. You now understand the key habits that are quietly holding you back. Buying things you don't need, delaying investments, relying solely on your paycheck, ignoring daily expenses, and misusing credit. Imagine what your financial life could look like if you started making these changes today. Here's the truth. Financial freedom isn't reserved for the ultra-rich or the lucky few. It's achievable for anyone willing to change their habits and commit to a better strategy. The steps we've discussed aren't complicated, but they do require action. It's not enough to know what to do. You need to start implementing these changes now. So, I challenge you, pick one habit to work on today. Maybe it's reviewing your expenses and canceling unnecessary subscriptions. Or perhaps it's setting up an automated transfer to an investment account, no matter how small the amount. The key is to take that first step, because small, consistent actions are what lead to big results over time. Remember, every day you wait is a day your money could be working for you. Don't let procrastination or fear of change hold you back. You have the knowledge, and now it's time to use it. If you found this video valuable, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more actionable financial tips, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which habit are you committing to changing first? Let's start a conversation and help each other grow. Your journey to financial success starts right here, right now. Let's make it happen together. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. It shows that you're serious about taking control of your financial future, and that's the first step toward success. Remember, building wealth isn't about making one big change. It's about consistent, intentional actions that compound over time. The strategies we discussed today might seem simple, but their impact is powerful when applied consistently. Cutting unnecessary expenses, starting your investments early, diversifying your income, managing daily spending, and using credit responsibly. These are the foundational habits that can completely transform your financial life. I want you to leave this video feeling empowered. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start, because the perfect moment is now. Even the smallest step forward is better than standing still. If this video inspired you, do me a favor, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be bringing you more actionable insights to help you grow your wealth and achieve financial independence. Your financial success is within reach, and you've already taken the first step by watching this video. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving toward the future you deserve. I'll see you in the next video.